All right, welcome to another NBA 2K21 video. If you hadn't subscribed and hit that noti bell, then help your boy out and please subscribe. Today, Mike Wayne dropped Courtside Report Part 2, and this report had a lot of clips that were very impressive, and I like what I'm seeing. And the first thing they talked about was next-gen movement, saying if I had to pick one aspect of gameplay that probably benefited the most from the jump to next-gen, the answer probably would have to be on court locomotion. Movement is the foundation for a solid basketball game. And it's great to hear that because we knew there would be a step up in graphics. The graphics was already good, so we get a bump there, but then they use their resources on the movement to improve on what was already a great animation system to begin with. So look at Donovan Mitchell here. He's really moving fluid, stopping on a dime. We'll get to that more in the article, but you can just tell the movement looks silky smooth. Okay, next, they talked about dribble movement. And I want to hear what you guys think about this section because they said the dribbler was rebuilt from the ground up for next gen, and the difference is night and day. So a lot of the dribbling they're saying is a completely different dribble system, but they retain the concept of signature dribble styles that we introduced a couple of years ago. But otherwise, everything was scrapped and re-architected, bringing a completely different feel with the ball in your hands for next gen. So this is going to be interesting. I want you guys to get in the comments below and let me know what you think about a brand new dribble system that we've already gotten used to. The dribble system is really good. A lot of people are really good with it, the dribble gods, etc., etc. Now they're going to have to learn a whole completely new system. However, they said the aspect of dribble movement that excites me the most is the predictability and the consistency of it. Much easier to go exactly where you want on the floor in the manner you would expect to go there. So maybe they made improvement on what was already there. They say player speeds are more accurate to real life in the sense of weight feels more realistic. A complete package. I don't think I can overstate how much it's elevated my enjoyment of playing the game. So we got a new dribble system. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Next, they talked about is defense off ball or whether that's on ball. So just movement without the ball in general. They said it's ran by their motion engine system, which is in its third year in development. And then some of the things that they worked on was contextual motion assist. So whether you're in transition stops or you're leaking out, your guy's going to have a contextual type motion. So what that means to me is you'll no longer have the same running animation based upon all scenarios. So if you're coming to an end of a transition, maybe they'll start stuttering their feet, looking like they're getting ready to stop. And if they're getting ready to leak out, they'll probably look like they're really trying to rev up and move their legs to get going. They also say improved pathing, cuts, and stops makes defenders feel more grounded. So they got rid of a lot of those sliding issues. Overall improvement to motion, stability, and response. In other words, we smooth out twitchiness and players can move more accurately to follow exactly what you're doing on the stick. So that's good to hear. You're going to have more responsiveness. Updated player size detection and logic. So that's going to be good. Bigs going to feel like bigs and guards are going to move like guards. So I can't wait to see how that plays out. If I have a big, I don't want him being able to keep up with my guards, and you're really going to have to choose what archetype you want because it's going to have pros and cons to each one. And now you're going to have some nuances here with the left stick tap, which allows you to play quick steps, which are really helpful when you need to make subtle adjustments to your defensive position. So again, they touched on foot planting. It's something they say they had to live with in the past because of limitations in the technology, but now we're going to next gen. So the version of NBA 2K takes a huge leap in that department. So engineers rewrote our foot planting tech from scratch, and it led to one of the most striking visual improvements. So we'll see. Now you're really going to be able to stop on a dime and really make those micro adjustments that you need. All of the play shots and shot creators out there may like this section right here where they talk about less can interactions in this thing called body ups, where doing a better job of respecting user control. I think the next gen version of NBA 2K21 strikes a great balance between rewarding taking proper driving angles and respecting contact. Attempting to drive headfirst directly into a defender will stop them in their tracks, lead to charges, or force pickups. Okay, so if you got a big and a guard is going to run right into you, there will be consequences. Now, on the other extreme, slow-footed or slow-to-react defenders will be punished with blow-bys, and if they try to force a contact too late, might get hit with a blocking foul. So all the dribble gods out there, the play shot creators, you're going to like this feel to the game because you're going to feel nice, light, and quick whenever you're going up against the bigger, slower, heavier guys, and maybe you can cross them up. But if you run into them, then there are going to be some consequences. So the end result, they say, is a better one-on-one game that more accurately mirrors the real NBA. So we'll see. Let me know what you think about these new body ups in the comments below. Next, the motion team completely reworked the off-ball contact system, which now features everything from let-throughs, incidental contact, to hard collisions. So as you're running around the court, you're going to have different type of animations that play out, even if they just let you by, or if you got accidental contact to very hard collisions. Now, the main thing that I'm excited for, it says gone are the vacuum screens that have plagued basketball games in the past, where defenders would get pulled into a screen collision and running it in a direction they were not asking for. You can reject screens appropriately, go over or under as you would expect, and die on a screen if you have a weak defender trying to barrel through a big. So now you don't have to worry about what we've always been complaining about when you're just standing there and someone just kind of like sucks your defender in a direction you wasn't going because they're setting the screen and the game is playing out some canned animation. So much less canned animations, you don't have to worry about that. Now you can evade these screens appropriately. So let me know in the comments below what you think about that. Now, they developed a new in-air contact shot system that they're calling the Impact Engine. The goal was to completely remove the snatching that we've been using in the past games and resolve collisions on the fly as players hit each other in the air. So this means if you're one of those slashers and you're going to the rim and you don't get a contact animation, but your player just kind of moves, gets snatched out of the way, no longer will we be seeing that. And now they're saying they have reliable contact in flight. So no longer do you have to get in position first just for an in-air animation to take place. You can make a play on the ball even if you wasn't directly in front of the defender. So that's going to be good. And what you're looking at here is the new contact alley-oop, and they have a new contact putback dunks for the first time in 2K. So now when they throw in those alley-oops, you can catch a contact dunk off the alley-oop. That's going to be absolutely insane, bro, for them slashers out there. They also talk about if you beat your defender to the spot, it will yield a lot more successful charge calls. However, on the offense, while being late will give you more blocking fouls. So they have these new crash layup situations where you might want to think twice about going into the paint against a defender. And it says sometimes it's better to shoot a floater or a pull-up jumper, or maybe even, dare I say, a post hook, because you don't want to get absolutely annihilated by the huge defense in there. So let me know what you think about going into the paint and having to think twice in the comments below. Now, this is an interesting one. Let me know what you think about this PS5 trigger effect. As you're running around and you get more fatigued, it's going to have more resistance on your R2 trigger to pull it. And then also whenever you're backing down in the post, if you're going against a very strong defender, it's going to be hard for you to pull L2. Let me know if they're doing a little bit too much here. I don't know if this is going to lead to broken controllers. I'm going to be trying to pull this thing harder. Like, is it going to have an effect? But this is definitely different. I wonder if we can turn this on or off or not. Let me know what you think about this PS5 trigger effect in the comments below. Lastly, the haptic feedback on the PlayStation is going to vibrate at different intensities based upon the situation. And next week, they're actually going to be talking about the part, the player builds, the badges, takeover, and improvements to AI. So can't wait for that next week. And this Friday, I'm dropping a very controversial slasher build that can go crazy in the post. So please subscribe and hit that noti bell so you can be notified as soon as it comes out. Man, thanks for watching.
Oh,
My
he
God.
on the ground, bro. He on the
My
ground.
goodness, that's definitely going on the channel, bro. Oh.